Hello, and welcome to Hobby Showdown. My name is Phil,
I'm Ariel.
and today we are talking about our favorite games that we own that we like to play with each other.
This is just a list of 5 games that we have found play really well with 2 players.
We often find that we just have enough time to play a game with each other, and we don't really get to have a big group together, especially
Or don't want to have a big group.
or don't want to have it, especially with last year and everything.
Or just being not wanting people.
Right, exactly. This is not a list for 2-player only games. Perhaps another time we can talk about some of the games that we own that we really enjoy that are meant for 2 players. However, these are games, like Ariel said, that can play multiplayer. So let's get started on this list with Love Letter. We talked about this in our top 5 video. This is one of Ariel's top games.
It is.
I feel like most people have heard about Love Letter, but in case you haven't, Love Letter is a really fun party game that... What?
It's just funny we're talking about it as a 2-player game and you just call it a party game.
It kind of is. I mean, it plays, 8 players or so with the party pack?
This is the party pack, yeah.
Okay, but still, the original version played like 5 or 6.
I think it played 4.
4? Great. But even so, with the party pack, unfortunately, we can't play with all the cards in this game, but Love Letters is a card game where everyone is dealt 2 cards, and
Nope.
everyone is dealt 1 card, and they draw another card and choose one of the 2 to play. The cards range in numbers from 0 to 8 with this version, and with the new version. And
The Z-Man is 0 to 9.
0 to 9, that's right. And you get to play, a host of different actions. So this game is really fun with 2 players, despite it being a party game or a 4-player game, because we've kind of developed our own little meta, our own little strategies to get in each other's heads. When we draw certain cards, I feel like it's easier to kind of count the cards and take your best guess, and I love the tension when it gets down to the last couple of cards that we're drawing, and having a guard and trying to guess if you have the princess or a baron. And so I feel like it's a lot of fun with 2 players. It plays really fast, and we can get multiple plays in a night and call it good. It's just a fun game.
It is, yeah.
So, anything else to add?
Nope.
All right. Throw this up.
The next game that we have found works really well with 2 players is Dragon Castle. I love this game, and it's really, really pretty, like the components of it. So you're kind of playing Mahjong.
Yeah.
So you have a board in the middle where you're playing Mahjong, and then you're pulling tiles, and then you're putting them onto your own board to connect them and get points that way. I really enjoy Mahjong, and so it's kind of fun seeing Mahjong revamped, I guess, in a way, so that you can play it competitively versus solitaire.
Exactly. And kind of to have a board game presence about it rather than just like on a computer or just by itself. It comes with a lot of different cards.
Did you call it Mahjong?
Oh.
I like this game at 2 players because it decreases on the amount of time that you're waiting for people to take their turn.
Yeah.
I feel like you can say that about most games that offer a 2-player version, but in this game, sure, there is a little bit of downtime when you're watching people try to grab the tiles that you want, and sometimes you're eyeing that special set that you want to grab in Mahjong, and someone else grabs it before you. And so with a 2-player game, I feel like not only does it go faster, but you're able to strategize what tiles you're going to grab a little bit better, and it's a good time.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. This is one that we like pulling out together.
Yep. Another game that we've really enjoyed playing together is Call to Adventure. We do have the expansion that includes the Name of the Wind cards, as well as the Stormlight Archive as well, which we, of course, on this book/board game channel are huge fans of. But Call to Adventure is a game similar to Splendor, where you are building up a small little engine of cards and resources in order to gain better cards in the future. But the premise of this game is that you're building a story about your character using tropes that are used often in fantasy books, like training with the master or seeking revenge, things like that. And so, not only is it a fun game and a quick game, especially when played 2 players, but you get to look at the character and story arc that you've built at the end, and kind of compare. And it's another game in and of itself where you get to see who built the coolest story. It's got a lot of components in the game, a lot of different variations on how to play it as well. However, just the base game itself is a lot of fun for us.
Yeah. And I really like the individual components of this game. The artwork, again, is just fabulous.
Yeah.
In both this one, The Name of the Wind, and Stormlight Archives, just above and beyond artwork there. And then one of the things that I actually really like about this game is there is like a dice rolling component, but they're runes, so you're actually casting runes as you do it, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's just a little bit different from your average dice chucking game. And since this is a booktube channel, before you play the Stormlight Archive version of Call to Adventure, it does have spoilers up to Oathbringer, just so you're aware.
The next game that we really enjoy playing 2-player is Dominion. So this is the original deck building game, and it's a lot of fun. There's a huge variety of cards in the box, and so really the replayability is just about endless. There's lots of combinations. They have tons of expansions for Dominion. We own 3 expansions.
Yes.
And we also own the 2nd edition of this one. So we've got plenty of ways to play Dominion. Just Dominion for days.
Yeah. We've taken Dominion out of the box and just packed the cards and played this at an airport.
We did.
Once.
Yeah.
And so it's very portable, and that's a reason why we really like Dominion. It's so pure in its deck building ways because it's purely a deck builder. That makes sense, right? But it's a lot of fun to just pull this out and once again have fast turns between each other, pulling cards from the market and trying to get those big victory points at the end. But yeah, I agree. Lots of variability. So if you're stuck on a desert island with your partner or with just someone else, then Dominion is a great game to have.
Yeah, it's a good route to go.
Yep. Last but not least is Citadels. I feel like this game works really well at 2 players because of the special variant rules that it offers. When you play it with more than 2 players, you often are only grabbing one roll card from the middle. And the way that this game works real quick is you're grabbing a roll you're drafting a roll in secret from other players. And we kind of go in order, and you're playing these rolls to help you gain resources and gold in order to build buildings on your tableau and therefore score victory points. Some of those rolls do stop other rolls from playing the game, and so if you only have one roll and someone else plays, I think it's the witch or the assassin or something like that, and knocks you out of that round, well, you're just watching other people play their game, and you don't have anything else to do. Whereas with the 2-player version, we're drafting at least 3 cards. I believe it's 3 rolls each, or 2.
Yeah, I want to say 2.
2 or 3. And so even if you get one of your rolls knocked out, you still have a chance to play. And so it's a back and forth, big race to see who can get the most buildings first. And
I think it's 8.
I think it's 8, right. And so it doesn't take very long to play with 2 players. But because of those special rules, it makes for a good time when you're playing 2 players, and so highly recommend it at that player count.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And, we have a lot of other games that we've enjoyed playing, but I feel like these games we've played the most together throughout the years that we've owned them, and highly recommend them to you.
Leave a comment and let us know what are your favorite games to play with just 2 players, whether they have a special variant or they're just faster with 2 players. I definitely feel like there are certain games, like we really enjoy Small World, and I feel like that one's a lot more fun 2-player because otherwise it takes forever.
Exactly.
So, any of those.
Yeah, let us know. And we will catch you on the next episode of Hobby Adventure.
It's
Oh,
not even our name.
Adventures of Hobby Showdown. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Hello and welcome to Hobby Showdown. My name is Phil,
I'm Ariel.
and we're not wearing glasses.
Oh, okay.
Like him,
Subscribe.
like him, hit that like button.